Hey guys, Josh here. I thought I'd just turn my camera around and shoot this for you. I just had a conversation with someone in my coaching program, and I thought while it was fresh in my mind, I'd just turn the camera around, turn it on, and give you kind of the nuts and bolts of the conversation we had because it applies to a lot of you. And it went something like this: this particular guy wanted to have a conversation because sales are down or just sort of stagnant over the last 3 months, and he's a little frustrated and doesn't know didn't know what to do about it. So my first question, or my first sort of series of questions were, well, have you done this? No. Have you done that? No. Have you done this? No. Have you done that? Okay, so why are you sort of expecting a different result if you're doing the same sort of stuff? Okay, so, and what it sort of struck me and what I know or I see all the time is that whenever I'm having a conversation with about sales, usually it's a conversation like, we're not meeting expectations, sales are down, don't know what to do about it. I had all these ideas and projections and visions and we're sort of falling short. And ultimately, what I find more often than anything is that this person doesn't have any real sort of sales strategy in place, okay? They're very reactive. They're relying on, direct sales that are coming through their initiatives like SEO, or, maybe they're running some paid ads, or maybe they're reliant on a whole bunch of OTAs. They've got their stuff all over platforms like Viator and Airbnb experiences and tours by locals, and they don't really know when sales are down. They don't really know why. And for me, it's really obvious, and it's sort of simple. It's common sense, and it doesn't take a lot of investment. But what I learned, when I was growing my business to multi-seven figures, is that you've got to have a whole bunch of sales channels firing for you at the same time, driving consistent bookings and inquiries. Okay, let's call it sort of 5 to 7 different channels. To complement the bookings you're getting direct and through OTAs. And that's where you can have a lot of success. You need some strategies in place through each of these channels to have the success you want to start driving bookings and inquiries. And if you do this really easily, then your business is going to skyrocket. So when people are struggling with sales, it's because they've got no diversification of their sales channels. They're just this unhealthy reliance on one or two main channels. So as an example, one of the things, let's say for example that, one other particular channel might be, hotels and accommodation providers, or it might be, corporate decision makers for team building days, things like that. Or it could be various partnerships and collaborations with clubs or groups or societies or membership organizations that have got a passion or an interest in their niche. So there's 3 channels just there, and I could probably think of 4 or 5 obvious ones that you could explore. But it'd be a really simple process for me that I think that just makes sense. The first thing you do is you need a hot list. You need a target list of, let's say, 20, 30, 40 potential partners. It could be corporate decision makers, executive assistants or sales and marketing managers, or it could be a different channel. It could be hotel concierges who deal with at the front desk with people in-house, or it could be hotels and accommodation providers. They're like their sales and marketing team that are dealing with incoming groups. Okay, so and what it would really mean is just getting that target list of 30, 40, 50 hot potential targets, okay? Decision makers within those organizations, okay? It could be the concierge, could be the director of sales and marketing. Getting them on your list, first of all, dropping them into a couple of email sequences. The first one is going to be like a short-term warm-up sequence where you're going to get people from not really heard of you to, hey, let's have a conversation or let's have a meeting. Okay, that would be the first thing. Warm them up over a series of 3 or 4 emails, 3 or 4, 5, 7 days apart. Okay, you're going to get a lot of success. A lot of people are going to be saying, yeah, let's have a conversation, or yeah, how do we book, or yeah, I didn't know you guys were out there. That's the first thing, and it can happen really quickly, really affordably, and really easily. Okay, so that's the first thing, and then from that point, I would be dropping everyone, including those that have responded, those that haven't responded, anyone that hasn't opted out of your emails, into a longer term nurture sequence, a warm up, like a nurture sequence that might go on for 10 to 12 months. One email every 3 to 4 weeks, warming people up, turning people that have never heard of you into customers in an automated fashion. So people are raising their hand, and most will raise their hand after 3 or 4 emails to say, tell me more, let's have a meeting. Didn't know you guys were out there. How do I book? This is just what my clients are looking for. So that's what I would do. And you're going to turn people, if you can automate the process, bring people into your world, okay, into your sort of lead pipeline, warm them up through a series of really good quality, short, sharp, warm up and nurture emails. You are going to turn people really quickly that have never heard of you that are either the gatekeepers to your ideal customer or your ideal customer themselves, into people that really love what you do, really keen to know more about what you do, and really keen to find out how they can use you and book you themselves or for their customers. So if you guys want to know how to actually do this, because it makes sense, be like, well, yeah, this makes sense, but how do I actually do this? Let me know. Just reach out, just hit reply. Josh, let me know how to do this, and we'll have a conversation, okay? Hope this is helpful, guys. Cheers.